Chosen one, there's a reason you've been feeling the intensity lately. The battles, the silence, the moments when you wondered if anyone even saw the weight you've been carrying. They were all part of a divine assessment. You were not being punished. You were being proven. And now, heaven has given its verdict. You have passed. Not just anyone could have endured what you did. In fact, only a small fraction, perhaps 1%, of people would have stayed the course without breaking. But you did. And that sets you apart for what is coming next. Before we go any deeper, watch this video all the way through. Let your heart and spirit take in what I'm about to share. And as you do, leave your warmest wishes and the number 144 in the comments below. It's more than just an interaction. It's an act of agreement, a way to send your energy into the universe, affirming that what you are believing for will come to pass. You are not just hearing words today. You are activating them. Now, chosen one, show your light by liking this video and subscribed to the channel, and let's step into this together. The tests you faced weren't random. They were precise, tailored, and targeted, meant to strip away anything that didn't belong in the next chapter of your life. Every betrayal you endured was a measure of your loyalty. Every delay you faced was a test of your patience. Every door that seemed to slam in your face was an invitation to trust what you couldn't yet see. And each time you chose faith over fear, you placed yourself in a category that few ever enter. This 1% is not about superiority, it's about surrender. Most people want the promise, but not the process. They want the breakthrough without the breaking. They want the glory without the refining fire. But you, chosen one, allowed the fire to shape you. You stood when it would have been easier to walk away. You spoke the truth when silence would have been safer. You kept going when quitting would have been the simpler choice. That is why you are standing here now, not as someone who barely survived, but as someone who passed the test with a mark of distinction. And passing this test isn't just a personal victory. It's a signal to heaven that you are ready for the weight of what's next. Because what's ahead isn't ordinary. It's not small. It's not something that can be handled with casual commitment or lukewarm dedication. It will require the same discipline, resilience, and faith that got you through this season. Multiplied. Chosen one, the thing about passing a divine test is that it doesn't just open a door, it changes the atmosphere around you. The spiritual realm now recognizes you differently. Angels have been reassigned to your path. Doors that were once sealed are now set to open. Not because they suddenly became easier to unlock, but because your spirit now carries the authority to walk through them. Every delay that once frustrated you was heaven's way of protecting your timing, making sure you wouldn't step into the next season unprepared. Passing this test means you now carry a seal of approval from heaven that says, "This one is ready." Ready for responsibility, ready for opportunity, ready for favor that doesn't just bless you, but ripples into the lives of others. This is why certain relationships may suddenly shift, why invitations you once longed for no longer interest you, and why rooms that once felt intimidating now feel too small for the calling inside you. Your spirit has expanded beyond the space you were once in. But don't mistake this for the end of preparation. This is a transition. The 1% who pass the tests are not given comfort. They're given assignment. The challenges will still come, but they will meet a different version of you now. One who knows their strength. One who understands the cost of obedience. One who refuses to shrink back to fit into spaces that no longer align with the vision God has placed within them. And perhaps the greatest evidence that you've passed is the peace that now lives in you. It's not the absence of battles, it's the confidence that no matter what comes, you've already proven you won't bend. You've already shown heaven and hell alike that your loyalty is not for sale. That kind of resilience can't be faked, and it can't be taken away. Chosen one, there's something different about walking in the aftermath of a past test. It's not just that you're stronger, it's that you see differently. Your discernment has sharpened. You can now spot the counterfeit before it even speaks. You can sense when an opportunity is divine and when it's a distraction disguised as a blessing. This clarity isn't just a gift, it's a safeguard, a spiritual filter that will keep you from undoing the progress you've fought so hard for. When you're part of the 1%, you start to realize that the blessing isn't only in what you receive, but in what you no longer accept. You stop negotiating with your destiny. You stop entertaining people, environments, and mindsets that chip away at your faith and vision. Every no you give to the wrong thing becomes a yes to the greater thing. And that discipline is why heaven keeps the flow of favor open over your life. The truth is, this passing grade you've earned is an invisible credential. It might not be seen by the natural eye, but it's recognized in every spiritual room you enter. It's why certain people will suddenly respect you without knowing why. Why enemies can no longer touch you the same way. And why doors that were sealed for years suddenly crack open at your approach. This is spiritual authority, and it's only given to those who can be trusted with it. And now that you've proven you can be trusted, your next moves carry weight. They are no longer casual steps, they're calculated assignments. The tests were meant to strip you of pride, impatience, and self-reliance, so that when the moment came, you would lead with humility, clarity, and unwavering faith. That moment has come, and from here, the pace will accelerate. Part of passing this test, chosen one, is realizing that the silence afterward is not emptiness. It's space for preparation. Heaven doesn't rush to fill every gap in your calendar or every quiet hour in your day. That stillness is intentional. It's where you recalibrate, where you allow your mind, spirit, and even your body to align with the new level you've just stepped into. You're not the same person you were before the trial, and the pace of your life must now match the weight of your calling. You may notice fewer people around you, and that's not by accident. The 1% walk is rarely crowded, because not everyone is willing to endure the refining fire you've just passed through. Don't mistake their absence for loss. It's actually divine subtraction. God is removing what could dilute your focus or taint your vision. This is why you feel lighter, even if the path ahead is heavier with responsibility. The people, opportunities, and environments left in your life now are not random. They are strategic allies, assignments, and platforms. This is also the stage where your spiritual instincts will be tested in subtler ways. The enemy won't always come head-on anymore. He'll attempt to slip through the cracks in moments of distraction or pride. But because you've passed the bigger test, you are now equipped with sharper discernment to catch these intrusions before they gain ground. You've learned to move in quiet strength, to observe before acting, and to let patience lead the way. And these qualities will protect what you're about to build. And here's the truth you must hold on to. Passing this test didn't just close one chapter. It activated a sequence of divine setups. Some will feel sudden, like doors swinging open overnight, while others will unfold slowly, each step perfectly timed. Both are intentional, both are necessary, and both will lead you deeper into the territory God has reserved for the 1%. Part of walking as the 1% is learning to thrive in the tension between stillness and acceleration. Right now, you are in a season where one day might feel like nothing is moving, and the next day could shift everything you thought you knew about your future. This is not inconsistency. It's divine pacing. God is conditioning you to handle rapid change without losing your grounding. So when the blessings start arriving back to back, you won't be swept away by their speed. You've also entered a realm where resources are no longer the limitation. Wisdom is. Opportunities will come, but not all of them will be assignments. The enemy's tactic now is not to starve you, but to distract you. To scatter your energy across too many good things so you miss the one great thing you were meant to focus on. The test you passed proved you could endure lack. The test you're in now will prove you can manage abundance without losing your soul. This is why discipline becomes your strongest currency. The 1% are not swayed by every open door. They listen for the one God's wind is blowing through. And sometimes that means walking past doors that look golden because you know the real treasure is up ahead. The patience you show now is not passivity. It's precision. Every no you give to the wrong thing is a louder yes to the destiny you've been groomed for. You're going to start noticing divine patterns, conversations that align perfectly with your vision, unexpected connections that hold the exact knowledge or resources you need, and even delays that protect you from premature exposure. Pay attention to these patterns, because they are your navigational markers. God isn't just guiding your steps. He's aligning the entire environment around you to ensure your rise is steady and irreversible. Part of being the 1% is understanding that not every storm is meant to stop you. Some are designed to strengthen you mid-journey. You've already proven you can endure the drought, but now you must prove you can sail through the wind without letting it knock you off course. This season will test your focus more than your endurance, because when blessings start arriving in waves, distractions will try to sneak in wearing the disguise of opportunity. Your name is already being whispered in rooms you haven't walked into yet. The connections, resources, and open doors are aligning, but your discernment will determine how far and how fast you go. Not every invitation is an elevation. Some are detours meant to drain your energy and dilute your vision. That's why now, more than ever, you must guard your yes. Every yes should be sacred, given only to the moves that carry the weight of destiny. The 1% know how to build quietly, while the noise outside grows louder. You don't owe the world a running commentary on your progress. Your power is in your silence and your results. By the time the unveiling comes, the preparation you've done in private will make the public reveal undeniable. This is not the season for second-guessing. It's the season for decisive, precise action. The same obedience that carried you through the trial is the obedience that will carry you into overflow. You've passed a test that most never even recognize they're taking. That's why what's coming for you will not be common. It will be rare, tailored, and unstoppable. The next move you make won't just change your life. It will shift the atmosphere for everyone connected to you. And when it happens, it will be clear to everyone watching that it wasn't luck. It was alignment, strategy, and divine timing woven together perfectly. Part of the rare strength you carry now is the ability to see beyond the surface of things. You've trained your spirit to pick up on the subtleties, the energy in a room, the unspoken intentions behind someone's smile, the invisible currents shifting in your favor. This is why you've been separated from the majority, so you could sharpen that instinct without the static of the crowd. The 1% do not chase. They attract. And attraction is not about wishful thinking. It's about becoming so aligned so prepared, that opportunities feel magnetized toward you. Every step you've taken, every sacrifice you've made, every no you've given to the wrong thing has been building the gravitational pull that is now drawing the right doors, the right partnerships, and the right wealth streams directly into your orbit. But here's the truth that most will never tell you. Abundance is not just about receiving, it's about managing. Many have been given much only to lose it because they didn't have the structure to sustain it. That will not be your story. You've been trained not only to recognize a blessing when it comes, but to multiply it. That's why the resources heading your way will not slip through your fingers. You'll know exactly how to plant them so they grow into an unshakable empire. Your breakthrough is not for applause, it's for impact. The rewards you're stepping into will spill over into the lives of others, setting off a chain reaction of change. And as you move into this new chapter, understand this. You are not just crossing into another level of life. You are crossing into a new dimension of purpose. One where every move you make is intentional, every relationship is purposeful, and every opportunity is handled with the weight of destiny. You've been walking with a kind of discipline most people can't comprehend, the kind that makes you invisible to distractions, but magnetic to destiny. This next stretch of your journey is not about proving anything, it's about positioning. Positioning yourself where your gifts are honored, your vision is expanded, and your capacity is stretched to hold what's coming. The 1% mindset you've cultivated is your strongest asset right now. While others are still trying to be everywhere at once, you've learned the art of being exactly where you need to be, in the right rooms, with the right energy, at the right moment. This precision will make your rise look effortless to the outside world, but you'll know it's the result of years of quiet, intentional preparation. And here's the unshakable truth. You're entering a season where closed doors are as much of a blessing as the open ones. Rejection will redirect you to something bigger. Delays will mature the promise, and divine timing will orchestrate meetings and opportunities that no amount of human planning could have arranged. You won't have to chase, you'll be found. When the spotlight finds you, it won't just be because you're talented. It will be because you're trusted. Trusted to handle wealth without losing humility. Trusted to carry influence without losing integrity. Trusted to lead without forgetting where you came from. And in that moment, you'll understand why the testing was so intense. It was never just about you passing. It was about you lasting. This next phase is not going to require the same fight you've been through. It's going to require focus. You've already been through the proving grounds, and every trial has carved a level of precision into you that can't be faked. The moves you make now will feel simple, but they will carry explosive results because they are backed by years of unseen preparation and heaven's full endorsement. Opportunities will start showing up without you chasing them, because your energy is now a beacon. The right people will start seeking you out. The right platforms will begin opening, and the right resources will align without you forcing the outcome. You'll feel it in your spirit, a quiet confirmation that you don't need to scramble anymore. You only need to step into what's already been prepared for you. This is also where discernment becomes more valuable than speed. Not every open door will be for you, and not every invitation will match the level you're called to. You'll have to choose between the good and the great, between what is impressive now and what will be significant in the long run. And as you make these choices, you'll notice that the same discipline that got you here will keep you here, unshaken, unbothered, and unstoppable. Now that the testing season is behind you, momentum will start working in your favor. You'll notice the pace shifting. No longer are you clawing uphill. You're being carried forward by a current you didn't create, but were prepared for. The air around your life will feel charged, almost electric, because you're moving in perfect alignment with your assignment. But in this stage, precision matters more than motion. This is not the time to scatter your focus, chasing every spark of possibility. The opportunities coming now will be heavier, weightier, designed not just to elevate you, but to shift entire environments. One yes could open decades of access. One no could protect generations after you. That's why you must be ruthless with your discernment, guarding your attention like a vault, and refusing to be drawn into distractions disguised as progress. The 1% who make it through testing understand this. That power without direction is just noise. But power with purpose is unstoppable. You've proven you can survive the wilderness. Now it's time to show you can handle the throne without losing the character that got you there. And if you can master this balance, what's coming next won't just be success. It will be legacy. This is where your path becomes even narrower, not because the world is shutting you out, but because heaven is funneling you into precision. Every door you walk through now must have purpose written over it. Every person you let close must carry alignment, not just interest. The distractions won't stop coming. In fact, they'll multiply, because the enemy knows you've reached a stage where your smallest step holds the potential to trigger massive shifts. Your victories from here won't be loud in the beginning. They'll often start in silence. A signed agreement no one sees yet. A strategic decision made in a private meeting. A seed planted in faith before the soil looks ready. This is the art of moving in power without prematurely announcing the play. The 1% who truly pass the test know that some wins are meant to be revealed only when they're too established to be uprooted. And while others are scrambling for quick recognition, you'll be securing unshakable foundations. That's what separates those who peak temporarily from those who sustain greatness. Your testing proved your endurance. Now, this stage will prove your mastery. If you navigate it with the same discipline that got you here, you won't just remain in the 1%. You'll define it. This is the season where heaven won't just open doors. It will position you to walk through them with precision and authority. The tests you've passed weren't just to prove your endurance. They were to refine your discernment so you can recognize the difference between an open door and a disguised trap. Not every opportunity is a blessing, and not every invitation is aligned with your calling. The 1% understand this deeply. They move slowly enough to hear God clearly, yet swiftly enough to seize the moment once the green light is given. Your preparation has built a type of spiritual wealth that cannot be stolen. Clarity, patience, and unwavering obedience. This is what makes you unshakable when the noise rises and the distractions multiply. While others are chasing everything that glitters, you're tuned in to the subtle whispers that lead to the real gold. From here forward, your steps will carry more weight, your words will have more impact, and your presence will shift atmospheres without effort. You've passed the kind of tests that few can endure. Now, you're positioned for the kind of victories that few will ever taste. And when they come, they will be undeniable, unshakable, and unforgettable. You've stepped into a stage where the weight of your past trials has transformed into the very fuel that will propel you forward. Every silent battle, every lonely night, every moment where you chose integrity over convenience, it all becomes currency in the spiritual realm. That's why your next moves will feel different. They won't be fueled by desperation, but by a deep knowing that what is meant for you cannot be withheld. From here, the pace changes. You'll notice acceleration, not the frantic, chaotic kind, but the steady, undeniable momentum that builds when you are walking in alignment with heaven's agenda. This is why you're now part of that rare 1%, because you've proven you can be trusted with elevation without letting it corrupt your core. The spotlight is coming, but it will only magnify what has already been cultivated in the shadows. Stay anchored. Stay alert. The same God who walked you through the tests will guide you into rooms where your very presence is the breakthrough someone else has been praying for. And when you get there, you'll know this was never just about your victory. It was about unlocking a chain of victories in others. You're about to witness how passing the test reshapes the entire battlefield around you. The same doors that once stayed shut without explanation will now swing open without resistance. Opportunities will arrive dressed in divine timing, and you'll recognize them instantly. Not because they look easy, but because they carry the weight of destiny. Every delay, every detour, every season of silence was part of a calculated setup. Now the alignment is visible. Your vision feels sharper, your steps more precise, your spirit lighter. You no longer move with the burden of trying to prove yourself. You move with the certainty of someone who has already been approved. This stage requires even greater discernment, because with the spotlight comes attention, and with attention comes distraction. Not every hand extended toward you will be for your good, and not every open door will lead to your future. But you've been trained to see beyond appearances, to feel the truth beneath the surface. And when you move now, it will not be with hesitation, but with a level of conviction that makes both heaven and earth respond. This is the season where your faith becomes movement, your obedience becomes strategy, and your presence becomes undeniable proof that being part of the 1% is not about luck. It's about preparation, meeting divine opportunity. This is where the shift becomes undeniable. The air feels different, the opportunities carry a heavier weight, and the timing of everything begins to align with an almost supernatural precision. You're not just walking into rooms anymore, you're being called into them. Every connection, every conversation, every encounter seems to carry a divine undertone, like puzzle pieces locking into place without force. But with this level of favor comes a responsibility only the tested can carry. You are no longer operating as someone searching for proof. You are the proof. Your resilience speaks louder than your words, and your very presence communicates a message. The cost was worth it. People will look at you and see the result, but they will never fully comprehend the private battles you endured to stand here. That's the beauty and the mystery of being chosen. From here, every move must be intentional. Every yes must be strategic. Every no must be firm. Distraction is the last weapon the opposition has left, and it will come wrapped in tempting offers, familiar faces, and seemingly harmless detours. But you've passed the test. You know how to recognize what's sent to bless you and what's sent to break you. And as you step forward, understand this. You are no longer just surviving seasons. You are shaping them. The atmosphere bends in your favor. Resources appear as needed, and the pace of your progress accelerates. This is the realm of the 1%, not the ones who were spared the trial, but the ones who endured it and emerged refined, ready, and unstoppable. This is the moment where your journey stops being about simply holding on and starts becoming about taking ground. You've moved from defense to offense, from waiting for opportunities to creating them. The trials that once slowed you down have now become the very fuel that propels you forward. You're operating with a level of spiritual momentum that can't be fabricated. It's earned, tested, and proven. In this new chapter, you'll notice that doors don't just open for you. They stay open. People of influence will not just cross your path by accident. They'll be drawn into your orbit because they recognize the clarity and authority you carry. Your discernment will sharpen to the point where you can spot the difference between a blessing and bait in seconds. That is the edge only the refined 1% possess. But with this acceleration comes a deeper call to stewardship. This isn't just about what you can gain, but about what you can sustain and multiply. Every resource, every connection, every piece of wisdom is a seed, and you've been entrusted to plant it strategically. There will be moments where you must act quickly, and moments where patience will be your greatest weapon. In both cases, your tested spirit will know which is which. You've stepped into a space where fear no longer has negotiating power over you. The same faith that carried you through the fire now carries you into the future. Not timidly, but boldly. You are no longer hoping for the shift. You are the shift. And every step you take from here will echo in places you've never even set foot in yet, proving that the test you passed was never just about you. It was about everything and everyone your life will touch from this point on. You are now in territory where the air feels different, lighter, sharper, more alive. This is the space only those who endure reach, where the weight of old battles falls away and is replaced by the strength of divine momentum. Your steps are no longer hesitant. They carry a rhythm that aligns perfectly with the beat of heaven's plan. It's not just that you're moving forward, it's that you're moving with precision, and every move is hitting its mark. Opportunities won't just appear, they will begin to align in perfect sequence, like dominoes falling into place without a single one being out of order. You'll realize this isn't luck. It's design. Every yes and every no from the past, every delay, every detour was the architect's blueprint bringing you here. And now, the doors that swing open will lead to more than just rooms. They'll lead to realms you were meant to govern. The eyes of others will be on you, but this time, it won't be out of curiosity or doubt. It will be out of recognition. They'll see that you've emerged with something rare, something unshakable. They'll feel it before they even hear you speak. And while many will want to be near that light, only those aligned with your assignment will be allowed in. This is the season where boundaries are not just wise, they're sacred. From here on, your presence will be a catalyst. When you walk in, things will shift. Conversations will change. Decisions will turn. Because the tested and proven carry a different weight, a weight that not only shifts atmospheres, but sets them in order. And you, chosen one, are now walking as one who is not merely surviving destiny, but actively shaping it with every step you take. It's the kind of walk that doesn't just take you into rooms, it transforms them. Every step carries the authority of what you've endured. Every breath signals that you're here on divine assignment. And every move you make leaves a lasting imprint that no one can erase.